Stream is starting on my end.
Alright,
I'm gonna
let's give it just a
verify
little longer
audio
time if it hasn't.
real quick. Yeah, we're picking up all audio. We're good to go.
Good. That's good. So it'll be just another minute here on my end. I apologize, man. Damn. Here we go. Alright. So I'm ready to rock and roll here. I told people we'd be going live here about 6. Do you want to just start now?
Yeah, we can go and get started now.
Alright, cool.
Sure.
Alright, so going live in 3, 2, 1. What is up, YouTube? This is your second episode of the Broken Controllers. BTGinferno here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Here with my co-host Irish1620. What's up, man?
How's it going? How's it going, man? And good day, everybody.
Day in paradise. Yeah. Broken Controllers today. We're going to be talking about a few different things. Apparently, Prince Harry doesn't like Fortnite, so there's that.
Yeah, I was seeing that. It's just like, wait, what? Fortnite banned. I wonder if that's gonna help with statistics on other games. Like, are they gonna be banning it like just the game itself? Or are they gonna ban like people from being able to even view it there, like stream-wise?
Yeah.
I'm really kind of curious about this one. Definitely gonna be staying watching it.
Yeah, for sure. I accidentally closed OBS. I'm a dumbass.
Great on mercenary assets.
My bad.
It is all good.
Whatever, we're up and going now. It's your boy BTGinferno, Irish1620 here. So anyway, we were just talking a little bit about how Prince Harry didn't like Fortnite. That's a little wild, but we'll get into that a little bit later. He had some pretty choice words to say. I wrote down some quotes. We'll see.
Hostile UAV detected.
We'll see what's up with that. So.
Hostile UAV circling.
Anyway, so doing intros here. Just getting right into it. What are you playing here, Irish?
Currently, I'm over on Call of Duty 4, or Black Ops 4 rather.
Oh yeah. What are you? You doing the blackout or?
Nah, just well, I mean, maybe here in a little bit. Currently, just rocking around, warming up on some hardcore PDM.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the stream up here on this end, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Everything's been fighting these days, so I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway. So, what? I mean, I don't know a whole lot about COD. I don't play it. What kind of game types do they have? I heard they were spreading themselves pretty thin with all the game types they got.
Well, honestly, they've got a pretty solid range of game types for any type of player out. I mean, including now the whole blackout, like you mentioned, you know, which is more of like a battle royale, you know, Fortnite, or what's the other one, Newgrounds, or no, wow. And here we go again. I'm over here forgetting names of freaking stuff.
Just a minute, dude. I'm having some technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. I've just been having a heck of a time right now. I didn't have this issue last week. I didn't. It wasn't bad. It was not bad. I promise. Here we go. Oh, I'm having such a hard time here.
Yeah, you and I both, man. Thank you. Thanks to the wife, man. Freaking. PUBG is the other game that I was trying to think. The Player Unknown.
Player Notes Battlegrounds.
Yep.
We're gonna have to redo our intros, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. This was a really interesting stab.
Stream so far. I'm sorry, brother.
Let me see here. Fina?
Alright.
Torque reporting in.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
Alright.
Work your frag list.
So, let's try this again. Right? Just a minute here.
Ooh.
Alright. So, going live in 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're pulled ahead.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy BTGinferno here. Here with my co-host Irish1620. How's it going, man?
How's it going, buddy? And hello, everybody.
So we were just talking about Prince Henry not liking Fortnite. So kind of moving on from there. Just kind of sorry about the technical difficulties. If anybody caught on to that last stream there. So let's get the show on the road here. What are you playing here, Irish?
Currently, I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 in just a standard hardcore team deathmatch.
Oh yeah, just getting there, warming up, huh?
Yeah, prepping up for a little bit of some blackout here in a bit.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to go into blackout without being warmed up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, is that kind of what you've been playing all week? Is that kind of pretty much it?
For the most part right now, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played a couple different things this week. I mean, I guess I'll just hop right into it. I mean, if that's pretty much all you're playing,
I mean, I play a lot of mobile, honestly, these days.
Oh, like phones?
Yep.
Huh. That's cool. What are you playing on phones right now?
Well, I just finally was able to install the Elder Scrolls Blades. Like, they initially released it, but I wasn't able to actually play it on the Pixel. It was only really, like, I think it was Pixel 2 or greater as far as the Pixel devices, and then it was like S8 or better on the Samsung devices. But they finally have opened the gates up to some lower-end devices. And I must say that, you know, being able to play Elder Scrolls, you know, environment, an actual Elder Scrolls environment on a mobile, it's pretty sick. And the way they did it was decently thought out. And the graphics for how large the game isn't bad. Like, I would honestly almost expect the graphics to be a little worse for the grandness of it all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they were saying that they had high hopes for the games, but I mean, you know, when it comes to Elder Scrolls, I mean, it is a cash grab. I heard. Like that's kind of the big downside to the game, and that's what I've been hearing lately.
I mean, yeah, the pay to play is definitely real, but I mean, most mobile games have gone that route. Like, if you want to have more shit, better shit, whatever, you can pay for it, or you can
Right.
grind your ass off forever and a day to get it as well. It's your choice, that kind of thing.
Right. That makes sense.
And this just, I guess, kind of become the mobile playing field as of late. Because
Yeah,
it's been
and
such a solid moneymaker for game companies. Which is then, you know, in turn, because they're able to make all these profits off of that, and they're able to turn around and make even better games. You know, like...
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And I hope, you know, just like anybody else out, or just like I would hope anybody else out there would think, you know, I hope they do well I hope they do well with Elder Scrolls, because honestly, you know, just like anything
Another
else,
one I'm waiting on is the Diablo Immortal. It's the mobile
Oh, are you
Diablo.
excited for that?
Honestly, I really am. I'm kind of freaking stoked on it. I mean, they have caught a lot of flack from, you know, all of the enthusiasts, hardcore extremists and whatnot of the Diablo world. But, I mean, honestly, the other company that released a game that was similar isn't Diablo, you know? It doesn't have all the same things. It doesn't have... It's just... It may be similar, but there's a million other games out there that are going to be similar, you know? You have one good idea, there's going to be other people that run with it.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it
So,
doesn't change the fact that when Diablo, you know, finally comes out with theirs, it doesn't change the fact it's still going to be Diablo.
An enemy hacker
They're
is
going to be
attempting
bringing
to
things
breach
to
our
the
systems.
field that only they can.
An enemy is hacking
know,
and
Right.
stable to control systems.
So, I mean, the haters will be haters, but I personally think that it's going to be worthwhile, or at least I hope so.
Right, for sure. And I hope, you know, like I said, I hope they continue to do well.
Eyes on the prize. You've got this.
This is... Oh man, dude. You're gonna love it. Guess what we're not doing?
We're not live.
Yep, I'm switching off YouTube right fucking now.
Well, you want to just shoot for tomorrow? Would that be?
Actually, tomorrow will be pretty rough. I'm gonna try. Let me try and do this on Mixer because I can drop links in there easier anyway.
Another day, another dollar.
Let me try and do this on Mixer, and hopefully it'll stream there. This way, man. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what the heck is going on today. Still got me, Irish?
Yeah.
Alright.
Choking up right now. Yeah, I got 2 viewers.
Oh man, dude. I'm sorry. Gosh, dude, I feel terrible. Where's my stream key broadcast? Here we go. Stream setup. OBS. Copy stream key. See, this will be a lot easier to use. OBS. Bam. Just done with it. Like if it's gonna give me that kind of those kind of problems, I'm over it. There we go. And if this doesn't work, we'll just do a recording and I'll throw it up on YouTube that way.
Woogie.
Ready to bring the lightning.
Just try and do this one more time, I guess.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
I'm not gonna worry about YouTube. I'm just gonna worry about having
Exercise
us on
extreme
the screen for
prejudice.
now because I'm having way too many technical issues to do anything otherwise. Alright, let's try this one more time. 3, 2, 1. Alright, now we're on Mixer. We're gonna go with Mixer from
have the
here on.
advantage.
YouTube's giving us issues, so I apologize for any technical issues there, everybody. It's your boy BTGinferno here. As you can tell, we're a little ran down from the technical issues, so I do
We're
apologize.
behind.
Let's just jump right into it. Irish, you already went over what you're playing. Do you want to go
Taking
over
the
that
lead.
again, or you kind of you just want to move on?
I mean,
Lost control.
we can move on.
Alright. No worries, dude.
Oh, babies.
Oh man, they're mad.
Oh, Big
Says I'm
Sissy's
streaming
taking
Mortal
things
Kombat
from
X,
little
but
brother.
I'm just gonna go ahead and adjust that later because I don't feel like doing it right now. So, yeah. So I've been playing a few things here. I've been playing. The biggest thing I've been playing this week has been Mortal Kombat X. I've been streaming a lot of that. A few people have been watching me here. I've actually been getting some pretty cool feedback. So
We have the
that's
advantage.
always good. I like that game. I'm excited for Mortal Kombat X,
Lost
and I
the
know that you
advantage.
kind of wanted to discuss a little bit about that. So I kind of just wanted to jump directly into that because really that's really like most of what I've been playing. There's been some other stuff, some retro stuff. I played Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 on streamed that on Mixer as well. So that's always good. Had fun with that. But I mean, aside from that, just jumping right into the Mortal Kombat 11 conversation that we wanted to have. Now, I actually had some gameplay up earlier. I'm not gonna worry about it right now, like I said. But I had some gameplay up earlier, and
We've taken
I mean,
the lead.
what do you think? Are you looking forward to that, Irish?
I mean, honestly, it looks freaking amazing. Graphically, it's beautiful. Definitely heavy on the next gen. You know, the fact that they've incorporated so many different new ways of harming your opponent is just, I love it.
Yeah. So I mean,
New and creative ways of breaking your opponent is always acceptable in my book, especially when it comes to Mortal Kombat series.
yeah, I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited myself, personally, because it's one of those situations where I'm really good at the Mortal Kombat 10, and I mean I've always been good at 9 as well. I mean, those games they're just
Enemy UAV
so
above.
ridiculous and so good. So like going all the way back to like the first few, like I had one on Game Gear. You know what I mean?
We've lost the lead.
I had Mortal Kombat. Oh gosh, I don't even remember which one it was, but
We have the advantage.
like Scorpion was always my character, and like going all the way back to like the old Mortal Kombat days, like you know there was always like that competitive feeling. Like even if you weren't fighting against like somebody else personally, there was always that competitive feeling like against the computer. You know, you had to beat that tower, you had to get through it. You know, that's just how I felt about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, Liu Kang was my go-to.
Scorpion always. It was
Lost the
always Scorpion.
advantage.
I mean,
Raiden,
have
if
you
I,
tuned
you know,
in
was
that-
mixing it up a little bit.
We're pulled ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just, you know, I just really like, I don't know, when I think of Mortal Kombat, I think of Scorpion, so that's always been my go-to, you know what I mean? So
everybody's got their character.
right.
I know a lot of people
But
swear by Jax.
oh man, dude, his gotcha grab is so annoying. I also played, like I said, I played a little bit of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. I mean, there's not really a whole lot there. I mean, it is exactly what you think it is. You know, it's a lot of like throwing energy around and stuff like that. I love Dragon Ball. Like, we talked about that a little bit last week about how, you know, anime is kind of our thing. So, but I have to edit that stream title later. Anyway, moving on. Let me get my handy dandy little outline up.
Ooh.
So I played a little bit more of the Division 2 as well. That game, I said, I talked about it a little bit last week. I said, you know, my biggest problem with it is that it's really hard. I'm starting to see why they made it that way, because in the endgame content, they want this stuff to be spaced out over a period of time. Like, they don't want you to just go in and just blast through this endgame content. You know, they want you to use your abilities, they want you to take your time with it, and the best way to do that is to make the game hard. So I think its biggest knock has kind of turned into its biggest strength as far as like I'm concerned. Division 2, great game. Probably won't touch the Dark Zone. I haven't touched it yet. Probably won't for a while. I want to be maxed out as far as that's concerned, because people that go into the Dark Zone are just ridiculous. So
No one goes rogue on my time. Lights
And
out.
what
did you ever
exactly
play
is
the
Lost the
first?
advantage.
the Dark Zone?
So the Dark Zone is kind of like PvP. You go in there and your whole objective is to kill. It's PvPvE, I guess it would be.
We have the advantage.
Because you go in and you try and kill all these bad guys, and these bad guys will drop just super rare loot. And depending on what your power is, you know, it can increase or drop your power or whatever, you know, just like Destiny. So you go in and you can work with a group of people. You're not like partied up or anything. You're not in a party. You go in there alone, but technically
Hostile UAV
you want to work with a group, because there's a benefit to having all those people with you. You get to the EDZ, then you can get out and
winning
get
this.
your loot taken care of. You know what I mean? You have your loot. If you go rogue, you can take everybody's,
Close. Reach out
but
and
it
take
places a big red target over your guy on the map. Everybody knows where you are. Everybody knows that you're rogue.
We've lost the lead.
Everybody knows that you have rare gear. So they're coming at you. So if you go rogue, you better be really good at the game. Like, you better be ready to roll. So I probably won't be doing that for a while. Did you ever do any of that in the first one?
Honestly, I have not had the opportunity to really play around on much of either of the divisions.
Oh, that's bummer. But I mean, on the upside, I mean, it'll be around. It's a good game. Like, it's not going nowhere, you know. So that's the good news. So, I also played a lot of Kingdom Hearts. I also played a lot of Kingdom Hearts this week.
Taking the lead.
It's Kingdom Hearts 2, so I'm doing a review on that and Hollow Knight right now, and Hollow Knight is just a huge game. So like right now I'm just focusing on Kingdom Hearts, and that's kind of where I'm at with it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That game, if there was one game that I could play for the rest of my life, it would probably be that one. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is so good because it's just like it gets you in this like world, this fantasy world, and like there's so much to do, like especially like the end game content. Like they added so much end game content to the second one. Like in the original, like once you were done with the story, that was it. You ran around, you collected the chests, you know, you got random keyblades, stuff like that. In this game, 2.5, they added all this stuff. Excuse me. They added all this stuff, including the data copies of the organization. And that end game content is some of the hardest stuff I've ever done in a video game. Like, and I'm talking like Ninja Gaiden. You know, I played Ninja Gaiden. I played Ninja Gaiden Black. I played, you know, Dark Souls, Bloodborne.
Hardcore team
And
deathmatch.
that just being like so on point with your combat to win those fights, and then once you get to Lingering Will, it's a whole different ballgame. Like, it's insane.
Execute how we planned.
And they added all this stuff, you know, Sephiroth was already a thing, and the Olympic Coliseum was already a thing, you know, so you had all this stuff to do prior to the in-game content that they added in 2.5. So, like, Enix really, like hit a home run here. You know what I mean? And like the way that they put the additional things to do in Kingdom Hearts 2.5 and, you know, additionally 1.5, because they do have stuff to do in there too, just not quite as much.
We're behind. You know
They really brought the replay value out in those games, and I can't say really a whole lot bad things about it. You know, there's a few things that I can think of, you know, like the controls were a little, you know, iffy, but I mean, overall, like, I didn't have a lot of problems with them. So, I mean, there's not a lot I can say bad about that game. So, you know. Moving on, I guess, let's see here.
I mean, on the topic of Prince Harry going and trying to call for banning of Fortnite, apparently, from what I'm seeing here,
AOR is lost.
Nepal went and shut down PUBG.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Over in Nepal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So, I guess we'll get into news now here. Working off that topic.
And
So,
apparently, apparently the reason they've banned PUBG in Nepal is because they've noticed that the violent gameplay is having a negative impact on the country's children.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Whatever. So working towards that, I actually have a few things to say about that, because Prince Harry actually said the same thing. They're banning Fortnite in Britain, and this is ridiculous. I have a few quotes here that he actually said, and this is leading into, you know, I watched a video on this and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, this guy is ridiculous. So just going straight into it, I mean, you know, they asked him, like, why do you want to ban this game? And he said, this game shouldn't be allowed due to the addiction it encourages. Okay, so the very first thing I want to say about that is, if you're addicted to video games, you're extremely malleable. Like, you shouldn't be addicted to video games. Like, there's other forms of entertainment. There's TV, there's outside, there's music, there's podcasts, there's books, you know what I mean? Like, there's other forms of entertainment. Like, if you're addicted to video games and that's all you do all day, every day, then that's a habitual habit that was created. And addiction runs deeper than just a habit. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to get into, like, the properties of addiction or whatever, you know, like, we'll get into that. But basically, you know, there needs to be a mind-altering substance to make that happen. So in order for you to be addicted, you'd have to put something into your body that releases those chemicals in your mind, and video games is not that. I mean, there are people who stay up late playing video games who, if it interferes with their life, then that's an issue all entirely on them. You know what I mean?
And ultimately, you could be looking at possible OCD issues at that point, you know, or obsessive compulsiveness. That if it's affecting the person to the point where they can't freaking live without freaking playing some video games, it would lead one to believe that there's an obsessive compulsive disorder going on. Like, it's
Right.
the underlying cause, and it's not really the game at that point as much as it is the person's got a mental disorder.
Right, that was better lighting with the light on, dang it. No, and that's kind of where I'm at with it, you know what I mean? That's like my thing, you know, like, if you're gonna argue that video games are addictive, you know what I mean? And, like what you said, you know, like, there could definitely be an OCD issue there, you know, like, you always feel like you gotta be doing something to play video games, or whatever the case is. You know, but if you're gonna argue that video games are addictive, you can argue that pretty much any quality of life, entertainment is addictive. You can argue that music's addictive. You could argue that TV is addictive, which people do. You know, you can argue that entertainment's addictive. You know, as far as like going out and seeing shows and stuff like that.
Well, I mean,
you can argue that
ultimately, like, there can be anything that a person could become addicted to, you know, down to food, you know, whatever. But if there's, even in those cases, those extreme cases of addiction like that, there's something else that's driving that compulsion.
Right, exactly, and that's exactly right. That was kind of my big problem with that. Sorry guys, I gotta wipe this camera off real quick. That was my biggest problem with that statement, was just the fact that he was just like, well, you know, this property of entertainment is addicting. Well, you know, you can argue that any entertainment's addicting. You can't just say, hey, this property of entertainment's addicting. Back up your facts with data. You know, show me the studies that say, hey, you know, video games are addictive. Show me those studies, let me make that decision, you know, based off of the studies, facts in the industry.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
don't just tell me, oh, well, this is driving addicting behavior, and I'm the prince, so I'm right.
I mean, I can say that by playing video games, it does cause your brain to release endorphins, which you could end up becoming addicted to if you do it to that extreme. But at the same time, that's a different type of addiction. You know, that's an addiction that should not necessarily be a physical one, more of a mental addiction.
That's absolutely right. That's definitely more of a mental addiction, and that's, you know,
far easier to overcome.
Like,
it's not like heroin.
yeah, exactly. It's not something that's gonna kill you once it's, you know, you're trying to get off of it or whatever. You need medication for it, you know, that kind of situation. So, I mean, different situation as far as, you know, mental addiction is concerned. But I mean, you know, regardless of all that, like, you know, you can't just say, hey, you know, we're gonna ban this because, well, I mean, it's his country, it's their country, whatever. But I mean, I just think it's ridiculous that they're saying, hey, we're gonna ban this because, you know, we think it's addictive. And he said some other things too, like, going off of that, actually, I got another quote here. They asked him, like, you know, why do you think it's worth banning this game, you know? And he said it's created to addict. This is quote, like, this is straight out of his mouth. It says it's created to addict. The addiction to keep you in front of a computer for as long as possible. It's so irresponsible. And it's like, okay, well, it's more than that, you know. Some of us look at this stuff as like an escape, you know what I mean? It's not like we go home and we're like, oh, we can't wait to play our video games, get our fix, get that Fortnite fix, you know what I mean? Or, you know, like, I will say, I've gone home and I've been like, yeah, I'm excited to play some video games, but I've never been like, oh, I need to play some video games, you know, I'm not going to eat because I'm playing video games. Somebody out there, if it's like that, you know, you got to prioritize, and, like, you know, there's some other
well,
stuff.
I mean, it's like in the early days of World of Warcraft, there was people that would fucking drop dead, sitting there not eating for days on end, and just fucking play, non-stop, and just fucking fell over dead in the chair.
That's insane, dude. That's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So people, that actually happens.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like
Holy
there's been
shit.
problems with people neglecting themselves to the point of death and over gaming at the same time.
Well,
Because I mean,
don't.
between you know the lack of food and water, and then topping that off with just constant freaking running hard of the brain.
Right. Well, I mean, that's crazy, dude. I mean, I've never had an issue to where I've needed to, like, not eat or something like that. Like, I will say back in the day, back in Halo 3 days, like, there were, I mean, I'd go probably 6 to 8 hours without a meal. But, I mean, anything past that, and I was like, I'm hungry, dude. Turn this thing off.
Right, or at the
So,
very least,
I
put the
mean,
controller
and
down and
here's the
step
thing,
into the
like, I'm not,
kitchen for a minute.
right. And here's the thing, I'm not discrediting the fact that people think that video games are an addiction. Like there's a very real tendency for people to get addicted to video games based off of, you know, like you said, the chemicals that are being released into one's bloodstream. What I'm saying though is that for you to say every single person that plays video games is addicted to video games, or every single person that plays Fortnite is addicted to Fortnite, it's just a fallacy. It's just a reason to push your own political agenda because for whatever reason you don't like video games. And I just think it's, I mean, everybody's allowed to have an opinion, and I think, in my opinion, that's stupid. So,
Yeah, it is pretty foolish.
that's kind of really all I have to say about that.
You're not really targeting the issue, you know, the underlying
No.
issue, which is the fact that these people, they wouldn't be becoming addicted to this thing if they didn't have an issue with easily becoming addicted to things.
Right. That's the trick, right? Addictive personalities. So, I'm gonna share the stream out when we have a chance to do that. Moving on to, or we're still in news here, but let me look at my outline.
Close. Make it official.
The title of my stream is Mortal Kombat X. That's so dumb.
Oh shit.
That's alright. I'll fix it once we're done. I think you can edit it and mix your stream. I don't know. I'll get it fixed. I mean, we are just starting out, so mistakes are expected. So I don't feel bad about it. Anyway, more news for the week. So we kind of talked about Mortal Kombat, pros and cons of the game, or features of the game. You're getting Mortal Kombat 11, aren't you? Or are you?
I mean, if I can afford it, definitely.
Right.
But as it's looking right now, probably not until maybe next month at the soonest.
Right. And then we also wanted to talk about the features of Crash Team Racing CTR. So I don't know a whole lot about this game. I'm honestly, even back in the 64 days, I never played it. I mean, what are we looking for here?
Well, I mean, like they've done with Spyro and Ratchet and Clank, they've revamped everything. I'm pretty sure it's built up on the Unreal Engine.
Oh, that's gonna look incredible if that's the case. I mean, have we seen any gameplay or announcements of it?
They're expecting it to possibly compete with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as like PlayStation 4's Mario Kart.
It's a bold statement. I mean, you know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is pretty good coming from a guy who played the Switch pretty regularly.
Well, and
Mario
you're talking this is going to be released on Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah. I can get that. I can get behind that then. I mean, if you're saying it's going to compete number-wise, I can see it. But I mean, if you're going to tell me it's as fun as that, I don't know. CTR's from what I understand, was pretty good, but from what I also understand, it definitely wasn't a Mario Kart. I mean, like I said, I've never played it, so I can't really weigh in on that as far as that's concerned, but I mean, to be entirely honest, like I definitely,
Oh
I'm getting it.
my
It's day
God.
one. What?
So I just pulled up their release trailer, and it's bloody amazing.
Yeah?
When you look at, because it starts with showing out what it looked like back in the day, and then it rolls to that same spot in the track, but with their new additions, and that's
Oh,
definitely
it's
Unreal
that kind
4.
of good.
Scanning all
Holy,
frequencies.
they're like straight up mapping the mapping the
Hardcore team deathmatch.
tracks. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Proceed on
dude,
mission.
this looks, yeah, it's gonna rival Mario all
That's
day.
crazy. If it's a, oh man, if they're taking that kind of care into
We're
it,
winning this.
it might be as good as Mario Kart 8. Because I mean, Mario Kart 8
That's
was
just,
We've
good,
lost control.
but I mean, my thing is just like the reason that it's so good is because it's Mario. Everybody knows who Mario is.
We've taken
My
control.
nephews didn't know who Crash Bandicoot was.
what?
They knew who Mario was, yeah. They didn't know
Lost
who
the
Crash
advantage.
Bandicoot was.
Well, I mean, honestly, Crash was out the scene there for so damn long. I'm glad that they're
Yeah.
finally coming back, though. And they've
I hope they
released,
make new games.
well,
They're just like the old ones.
they've remade the original trilogy.
Yeah, the Insanity Collection.
Yeah,
I had that for a while.
that was actually really fun. Graphically, it was beautiful. And it still, you know, had that same original kind of feel to it, but just looking so beautiful on that freaking next-gen Unreal 4 engine.
Oh man, so they are using Unreal, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, like Spyro is rebuilt on the Unreal 4.
Oh really? That makes sense, dude, man. Everybody's using that Unreal Engine, but it's because they get, I mean, they get deals off of using that
Hostile
engine.
UAV circling.
Nowadays, I mean.
Well, that and the molecular structures that you can create with the Unreal 4 is just exponentially better than previous options.
Yeah, I mean, so looking forward to Crash. I mean, did you put a lot of time into that when you were younger?
I mean, honestly, I've played every
Tracking
single
enemy
one of the
snipers
Crash
nest overhead.
Bandicoot games, including CTR Racing. So, oh yeah,
Crash
countless
Bandicoot
hours.
fan, huh? Crash Bandicoot fan, huh?
I mean, Crash, Mario, Spyro, all of those, all classics.
Oh, so like, see, my thing, dude, is like,
Platformers.
right, exactly. I really like those games. Like I'm into them, but like a lot of what I grew up with was like later PlayStation, early PlayStation 2. So like, I have a lot of experience with like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and like,
Yes, I love Tony Hawk. That was another good
Yeah.
classic.
gosh, I just dropped Twisted Metal. One that nobody has played, but I love this game. It's a JRPG, Lunar Silver Star Story Completed. That is such a good game.
Wait, Lunar what?
Silver Star Story?
Was that for PlayStation 1?
Yeah, it was.
And and you are like on there's like some being that comes down from space.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Yeah, and then like you have to go to a fucking crystal and freaking
The dragons.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
I
be
played the
Dragon Master.
shit out of that game. I think I still
Dude, that
have it
game
around
was
somewhere.
Dude, that game was so good. That game was just, it was like the first game with like real time, or not real time cutscenes, but like those like FMV cutscenes, dude, like those like full, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I loved that game growing
It was
up.
right up there with like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, actually, that's what it reminded me of, yeah, actually, it was the Chrono Trigger series. because just more than anything else, like they were just it's just like it had a certain art style to it, you know. So.
Another good one along those lines was this one I found called Rhapsody. Oh.
Rhapsody?
Yeah, Rhapsody.
Oh, okay. So that's what is that like a retro?
Yeah, it was a PlayStation 1 game similar to those
Okay.
that we were just talking about.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Different,
sense.
though.
That makes sense. That's actually one thing that I wanted to talk about while we're talking about that. I should have got that out of the way very first thing. I'm gonna be doing videos, kind of reviewing retro games. Call it Monday Minute. I'm gonna post them every couple of Mondays. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it takes off. So if you guys want to check that out, that'll be coming up here soon. If you want to get in on those, Irish, I'm more than happy to. I mean, it's pretty easy to play retro games nowadays.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've got a few. I mean, honestly, for the PS3, I've got more, but I don't have my PS3 anymore. I really wish they let me freaking bring my digital collection from the PS3 over to the PS4.
That was
would be sweet.
That was one of the main complaints. People spent a lot of money on their accounts.
Oh, dude, I had over 500-600 games.
Oh, dude, you know what I started? I completely forgot this in my what I played. But anyway, I got a PSP emulator on my phone because I don't have my PSP anymore, but I got my my discs. So I have my UMDs. Well, anyway, I downloaded Persona 4 for the PlayStation Portable.
Mm-hmm.
And that game, dude, oh my gosh, it is so Persona. It is so Persona. I love Persona 5. I think I'm gonna love Persona 4 even more, even though it's kind of older. Dude, that game, it's everything you would want out of a JRPG. It's got the stories, good cutscenes. You know, I'll give you guys more about it next week, but I haven't played a. Hey, what's up, Wench? 88. Anyway, I haven't, thanks for the follow, by the way. Anyway, I haven't played a whole lot of it, so we'll kind of get into that a little bit more. I'll give you guys more of a heads up next week here, and, if, you guys, if anybody's interested in hearing about that. Have you, played the Persona series at all, Irish?
I have not.
Oh, man. Persona 5, dude. If you got a PS4, I highly recommend it. Highly.
I will definitely have to check it out. Mission failed.
But, anyway.
Designated exfil zones.
Got another subscriber. That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
And I kind of want to talk about Destiny. Do you play Destiny at all by chance?
Actually, yeah. I've won, I was in the top 100 for their last, the Rockstar Destiny 2 competition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I placed in the top 100 and, freaking just recently got my, hat and sweater from that. For winning.
Whoa, dude. So you're actually really good at Destiny.
Oh, yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to get the, freaking, latest add-on.
That's crazy, dude. That's pretty good. I kind of wanted to talk about the Revelry event coming up, because I watched a trailer on that. I kind of wanted to get your input now, knowing that you're a huge Destiny
Well, I mean,
badass.
back in Destiny 1, like, I was first dubbed RNG.
Jesus.
Yes.
Why? What?
Because, like, out of everybody in everybody's friends list, I was the only motherfucker that had like every exotic known to fucking man and multiple copies of each.
Yep. There you go.
I had some of the best luck when it came to drops.
I have shitty luck when it comes to drops, dude. Flat
And
over as
like
far as that's
countless
concerned.
times, I'd be sitting there, right? We'd be in a raid, you know, doing something, whatever, woody woot, and I'd be calling out like, "Okay, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that," and then boom, they'd be getting what I called out. They'd be getting. So you know, the whole RNGs has just kind of
Hardcore
stuck
team
with me on
deathmatch.
Destiny 1, and then followed me all the way over into
Mercenaries,
D2.
earn your cut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the game's good. I mean, with Revelry coming up, they added these, oh gosh, what are they called? I can't even remember what they call, but they're essentially like, they're these light up, like, ornaments on your head, and they're like, one looks like horns, the other looks like wings, and then the last one
We
looks
have
like,
the advantage.
I don't even know. And whatever class you're using, that ornament changes. So if you're using your fire class, then you would get the fire wings. If you're using your void class, you're gonna get the antlers. If you're using your arc class, you're gonna get the other one, the arc one. Anyway, what I thought was really cool about that is they're finally adding these cosmetics that I'm actually interested in. Like, I wasn't interested in cosmetics prior to that. I mean, Destiny's just kind of been like, oh, this piece of armor is stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as it's super stupid. But I know people get way into their ornaments and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, what are you expecting for this event?
Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really heard much on this event. I'm gonna have to go and look further into this one. Because like I said, I haven't really been putting too much time on Destiny since I haven't gotten the latest add-on.
Right.
And it
Black
just kind
Armory.
of, yeah, and I'm just kind of stuck at where I'm at, not being able to go any further, because I've already gotten as far as I can for the most part.
Well,
I got the bow, the exotic bow, from beating the swordsman and shit.
well, I mean,
I got a lot of those really hard exotic end games, but I mean, outside of the
Hostile
Black Armory,
UAV circling.
kind of at a standstill.
right. I mean, when your next mission quest step is you know, light level requirement 610, you're sitting down at 580, 590. Just like, oh my gosh. Just crawling to get that content, dude. And I'm glad I didn't buy it day one, honestly. Did you see the Destiny 3 leaks?
No, not yet. I was seeing it in headlines, but I haven't actually gone digging on it yet.
Yeah, so I guess there was a leak of Destiny 3. It said that they were going to cater more to the hardcore players. Basically, Destiny's about to get a lot harder. It's not, you know, they're getting back to more what Bungie envisioned for the game before Activision came on board and started pushing them around a little bit. So we'll see what that leads into as far as Destiny 3 goes. I'm pretty excited.
Honestly, I hope that they incorporate something like, you know, a flight system similar to that of No Man's Sky. Being able to actually,
like going from one place to another and like actually like doing the
land on the planet and then go from there. Like, I would fucking love it, dude.
Well, I mean, my thing is just like, I hope, like, because I read some stuff about it and they were saying that they were going to incorporate, because like Destiny 1 and 2 like laid out the roadmap and like they're trying to salvage a story from, you know, what Activision made them do as far as like games as service goes. So like the whole story in number 3 is like there's a light against darkness thing, you know what I mean? And are you going to use the darkness or are you going to use the light? You know what I mean? And the whole idea of Destiny 3 is the Guardians finding out that there's two sides to every coin. Light isn't always going to be good and darkness isn't always going to be bad. So like that's the whole idea behind Destiny 3, and I'm hoping, you know, by them incorporating an additional, I guess class would be the word I use.
Duality?
Yeah, like they're gonna add like a duality. You know, I would hope it would be harder, and I hope like they make it like I have to hit the R bumper or whatever, and I change from like light to darkness. You know what I mean? Or
We've lost the lead.
Or down on the D or something. You know what I mean? Like that's what I
or
want out of a
even
Destiny.
that, you know, through your actions changes your alliance. You know?
Yeah, like Fable. Like if
Exactly.
you're going around kicking chickens, you're gonna get bad reputation.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Something like that
that
could be a solid system in it.
exactly, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like I hope.
Another good
with
one that did that, use that system was KOTOR and KOTOR 2.
KOTOR.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
Oh, Knights of the Old Republic. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
KOTOR.
that's a deep cut. Yeah. So
Dude, I would love to
that,
see them remake that one. Just throwing that out there. Next gen that on a fucking console for me, please.
Yeah, not Enix. EA has the license right now. EA, do it.
Right?
Open world Star Wars game. Knights of the Old Republic. There you go. Perfect.
Well, I mean, they've got the one for PC, which is Knights of the Old Republic, but it's not like the old console RPG. But if they were to do like an MMORPG, I guess, kind of like that, with a more solid, you know, storyline,
We can still take
and
this.
for console, not just PC. I think it would be
Right.
good.
Right.
And with a better
And
graphics engine, because their current engine that they've been using for
Garbage.
the Old Republic is just poop.
Knights of the Old
Ass motherfucking Republic.
Enemy UAV.
And then the last news story, Game Pass is merging with Xbox Live. So, I was listening to Video Game Outsiders and separate podcast, and they were saying like that Game Pass is $10, and then also Xbox Live is $10. So if you buy this on a deal, because like it's $60 for a year, but month by month Xbox Live is $10, $9.99 a month. So if you buy this by the year for the subscriptions, you actually, or monthly rather, you actually get $5 off. So like you're actually saving a little bit of money by bundling this stuff together. Do you have Xbox Live, Irish?
I mean, I have an Xbox account, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
do you have like a?
I'm not paying for Live right now, though. No.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a good time to jump in. I know that I know that they're talking about you know, introducing more deals and stuff like that for Game Pass. You know, this is all for their diskless Xbox. I'm sure that's what's going on. You know, did you follow that at all?
I mean, I was seeing that there was talk that they may be trying to merge with Nintendo and incorporate it onto the Switch, Xbox Live.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, with having the whole bundling of Access Pass, I would wonder if they're going to incorporate bundling with Switch Online as well.
Right.
At some point.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I mean, because you look at what Twitch Prime is doing with all their bundling, or Amazon Prime rather, combined with Twitch Prime and all the bundling shit that they got going on every which way.
Yeah.
What is it? I think they got the deal now. If you get Twitch Prime, if you pay for Twitch Prime, you get freaking Spotify, or if it's you pay for Amazon, you get Spotify for free.
Right. That would be. Sheesh. That's nice.
I mean, there's a lot of companies that are going to the bundling like that together.
Right, and bundling, I mean, that's the way to go, man. I mean, if you're going to get cheaper prices, why not?
Well, it's nice to actually see that you have multiple companies coming together to bundle together instead of Like you know, the old days where it's the only way you got bundled is if it was multiple options offered by the same company that you were bundling with. You know what I'm saying? Like your cable. Oh, hey,
Right.
we'll bundle your cable, your TV, and your fucking, or you know, your phone all in one. You know?
Right. Yeah, that would make a lot. Yeah. And you save a lot of money that way, like you were saying.
I mean, pretty soon, with how things are going, I wouldn't doubt if we end up having freaking Pizza Hut bundling with a fucking pot dispensary. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a Krispy Kreme or a freaking Dunkin' Donuts trying to, hey, you go and you pay for their monthly thing, you get our monthly thing too, half price.
That's funny. Um, Going into new releases here, there's a couple different games coming out this month. Most notably, the one that just came out, we'll start with that one, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Have you played that at all?
I have not yet, but I have heard nothing but good reviews. I have a buddy who is a hardcore stream watcher, and he's been all about watching that one. He says it's a lot like Dark Souls, but not shitty like Dark
Yeah.
Souls 2.
I was listening to Bombcast, and they said, calling it a Souls game or a Bloodborne game would be a little bit of an injustice to it. Um, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the Souls games, but I do know if you're telling me this game is every bit as hard as a Souls game and better, I'm in. I want it.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
want it for sure.
my buddy who's like hardcore freaking Dark Souls fan, um, loved the first one, hated the second one, but when it came to this, he was just like, man, it's like Dark Souls 1, just better.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely gonna get that as soon as I can. The next one is Days Gone. Days Gone is releasing this month. It looks like 4/16 of this month for the PlayStation 4. I'm getting that. I don't know if it'll be streamed day one, but I'm definitely getting that. How do you feel about Days Gone?
I haven't had a chance to look at that one yet either. But I must say, I love horror games. Always have, always will.
The most recent video they put out for Days Gone was
Yeah, the
he
anxiety is
was
a
in
different story.
a swarm of zombies, and he's like, one bullet left. Who's it for? I got goosebumps because the zombies were just running at him. So I'm looking forward to that. Another big release, Labo VR. I I'm not getting it. It's not happening. I mean, that's cool that people are into it. I'm glad that people like their PlayStation 4 games or their Labo games. I don't know why I said PlayStation 4. Um, I'm glad people like their Labo games, but I'm not for me. So, another big release is Cuphead for the Nintendo Switch. You getting it, Irish?
Honestly, I was looking at it. I'm kind of curious to see how it is. I'm hoping they release like a demo or something that I can screw around with first.
Right. I'll definitely be getting that. I'm excited for this.
Ooh.
I haven't beaten it. I've gotten it for the PlayStation or for the PC. It's really good. It's really hard. It comes out April 18th, by the way. It's really hard, but it's also really good. So
Man,
can't wait to get that.
I'm sitting here looking through some of these game releases for 2019, and I must say I'm really happy to see some of these titles here. Like we got
Oh man.
Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening
Yep.
for the
That's
Switch.
well, that presumably that's coming out this year. They said that it was coming out this year, but I mean,
Then
we'll see what
there's
happens.
also Sid Meier's Civ's 6 Gathering Storm. I'm definitely gonna have to check that. I've been like balls deep in the Sid Meier Civ. series like since day one, and they've
Yeah, I've never even
only
heard of that
gotten.
game.
Oh, dude, do you like what's like the old school Warcraft or Age of Empires, StarCraft, things of
Oh,
that
like
nature, where you like built,
RTS,
yeah, like you
real-time strategy.
yeah, but the only difference with the Civ game is you're actually building up full cities and then,
Oh,
trying to conquer whole continents, if not the world, through multiple different means. You can win economically, militarily, through space travel. Like there's multiple ways of winning.
that's always. I mean, I'm always
And
interested to check a game like that out.
oh, dude, the Civ games, honestly, I love them. The best one in my opinion so far is 5.
Yeah.
6, like they kind of lost me with 6 when they started using the freaking workers as limited use and no automation.
Right.
Yeah, and literally every Civ game prior to 6, all of your workers you could fully automate. They just run around doing whatever needed to be done, and there was no limit on uses. There was no limit on anything really. But now with
Right.
6, they take your and limit your workers down to three-time use pretty much. So you can have one worker build on 3 different improvements, and then he just
They're
disappears.
done.
Then you
Oh
have to build a
wow.
new one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So
And
they're
no,
always making you use
yeah,
and gain resources.
and no automation. That's the biggest issue with it.
Right. That sounds insane. That sounds like something I'm definitely interested in. Um, then the next release that I want to talk about was Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 comes out April 23rd. I mean, what else can we say about that? It's Mortal Kombat 11. I'm excited. So, what? Irish? What's that? You're good. You're still muted on PlayStation, I think.
I
But
thought I
anyway,
hit the mute on both, but my bad.
you're good. No worries. So, Mortal Kombat 11, they released an official beta trailer. I mean, like I said, it's Mortal Kombat 11. It's violent. There's going to be gruesome fatalities. There's not really a whole lot more there. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat.
I must
Mortal
say I did
Kombat's
get
great.
to play around on the beta a little bit. My buddy went and pre-ordered, and I was over at his house the other day dinking around on it. It's fucking clean, really smooth.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, as far as the beta goes, they only have online. I don't know if like when the game fully releases, if they're gonna have any kind of story mode like they have with past games, or if it's gonna be a completely online dedicated game. But if it's completely online dedicated, like it was looking in the beta, that could be kind of lame, not being able to play
yeah.
against AI and other than in like a training mode. Outside of that, you're just forced to play against other people. Sometimes
I wouldn't.
playing against
I
other
wouldn't.
people
I
gets a
wouldn't do
little,
it. I mean,
it gets a little
I
frustrating.
saw.
I hate the
I saw
juggle.
some. I saw. I saw some gameplay of tower stuff. So I don't know if that was
Okay.
just. I don't know if that was the part of the beta or the demo or whatever.
Yeah, it was
But
probably what it
I
was,
mean,
is they were beta testing the online functionality.
right. um, I'm just pulling up my outline again.
So,
So those are kind of the new releases. Looking forward to that. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about here in the months coming up. So,
I
and
mean,
here
yeah, I
this
mean,
month
you're
we're gonna have a
talking,
lot of stuff
you're
to talk
talking
about.
Dragon Ball Project Z. Say what?
What? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's looking forward to that.
yeah,
Always looking
dude.
forward to that stuff. Um, Man, it's kind of a
Oh, and
skinny
then
show.
you're
This
talking. We also have Borderlands 3 coming out. What, beginning of next year? I think is what they're talking.
I believe they said September it's coming out this year.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
year
See,
it's coming out.
I was seeing 2020 on release dates, but that would be really sweet. And I
Let's
always
talk
loved
about
Borderlands
that.
series.
Yeah, there was actually. I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit because we didn't talk about Borderlands 3 at all last either. Might as well talk about that while we got it here because we got a couple extra minutes to kill anyway. It's kind of a skinny show this week. So, I mean, dude. So here's the thing, man. I want Borderlands. I don't want, like Destiny did it. I want to be, I want my classes. I want that married to a character, and then I want armor and guns and stuff. The other Borderlands games, when you're talking about cosmetics and what they were able to do, the other Borderland games were kind of skinny. I'm kind of worried that they're going to change it up a little bit, due to the fact that Destiny is games as a service and Division's games as a service, and both of those have come out since the last Borderlands. So I'm really worried they're going to turn this into a games as a service where everything's going to be a microtransaction. Other than that, super excited for the game. I mean, as far as like what to expect, I mean, what are you excited for?
Um, well, just above all, I always love my games to look good, and they, of course, went through and cleaned everything up, made it all next gen, beautiful.
Yes, they did. It looks incredible. And Borderlands 3, when you walk into GameStop and you see that mayhem is coming on that GameStop window. Man, I gosh. It's just for me, like I never played Borderlands for like the first year that it was out. My buddy was like, "You have to get this game," and I was like, "All right, cool." So I went and picked it up, and immediately fell in love with it. I put
Right?
like literally almost, I think I put 14 hours straight into this game. Just like woke up early morning and just like played, and
Claptrap is the shit.
yeah, I beat that game in like 4 days, and then I turned around and like not long later that Borderlands 2 came out, and I turned around and bought Borderlands 2, and I was never disappointed. And pre-sequel came out, which is a really good title. The Borderlands the pre-sequel is so good because it's a prequel to number 2, but it's a sequel to number 1. So like it's just a really great title, fucking great. And they came out with that, and I wasn't impressed to see the oxygen thing killed it for me. I didn't like it. Did you play the pre-sequel at all?
A little bit, like you said, I couldn't really get into that one, like I
Yeah,
did 1 and 2.
I didn't like the classes either. You know what I mean? If they were gonna add Claptrap in any of that, they should have added him as like a funny haha character, like as a fifth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Agreed.
But I mean, that was my character. So. But no, Borderlands 3, man. So excited. Can't wait. So super looking forward to that.
I, I've always loved the graphic design that they've used for that as well.
The art style is just spot on, dude.
Right?
I agree with that 100%. 100%. So. I guess at this point we'll wrap it up here. We're sitting at just underneath an hour. I figure by the time we'll wrap it up, it'll probably be
Definitely.
exactly an hour. I went ahead and recorded a show this week. I actually got the recording this time, so we'll be able to do a edited version this week. So I apologize to everybody who's waiting for that edited version. Um, like I said, we're new here, and things have been fighting me today, which is why there have been little to no YouTube videos. So next week we'll be a little bit more well prepared. So I apologize for the technical issues. We're gonna get this edited and saved to Facebook as well. Like I said, we're switching to Mixer. I'm tired of having problems with Facebook. It seems like every time I try to stream there, It's just ridiculous. So we're gonna stream these on Mixer, and I'll just put videos up on YouTube. So be looking for the Hollow Knight and Kingdom Hearts review that I'm getting ready to put out. I'll be putting those out, and then I'm also working through Persona as well. I can't really make a deadline on that, being that Persona is really long.
Yeah.
So 110 hours I think it took me to beat. So
Damn, I
it took a
believe it.
while. So I'll kind of be looking for that as well. And then Monday Minute will be starting this coming Monday. We'll be talking about a little bit more about Lunar. So if you guys want to tune in for that, that'll be there as well. And we'll be doing audio versions of all of these shows as well. So be looking for that. Get us out of here, Irish. Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me everywhere, man. Just look for Irish1620 on all social fronts, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Insta. I'm there.
Yeah, shout out to all those. I'm on Mixer. You can just search BTG Inferno, BTG_Inferno. That'll get you there. And then you can also find me on YouTube. Like I said, we're doing a bunch of cool stuff there. Just search BTG Inferno in the search bar. You can find me at BTG Inferno on Twitter, and then Facebook if you search Broken Controllers. That is our page. I will be making you a mod very soon, Irish. So just hang tight with me on that, and you'll be getting admin privileges to that here pretty soon. So you guys should check that out. As for the stream, was there anything else before we got out of here, Irish, that you wanted to cover? I know that we wanted to
The
kind of
only
ask
other
for
thing I
questions.
guess I kind of left out was I've got that new Creators Watch Party group that I was creating. I'll have to also add you as an admin on that.
Yeah. I actually left that message thread you added me to because my girlfriend, she was getting annoyed with it. She's like, your phone is vibrating every 2 seconds, and I was like, all right, I'll just leave it then. So I left the chat thread that you added me to. But if you want to send me another invite to the Creators Content Lab, I'll definitely get in on that. So.
Yeah, and like I
Yeah, if you
said,
guys want
I'm
to know
still
what
trying to grow that, but the ultimate goal there is to have a place where everybody, from all creative content fields, can come together into a singular place and get views on their content.
There you go. That's what's up. So, but I guess that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in and checking it out. Be sure to check out our streams. Are you streaming tonight, Irish?
Yes, sir.
What are you streaming tonight?
I was on some Call of Duty, Black Ops 4.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Cool. And I'll probably hop on and stream some Mortal Kombat on Mixer or whatever. You guys will always get a link as long as you follow me at BTG Inferno and Twitter. On Twitter and on YouTube, Broken Controllers, you always get that. Kind of the one last thing that I wanted to touch on before we get out of here was questions. If you guys have any questions, I know we're relatively new. If you guys have any questions, be sure to send those in. You guys can all find us on both platforms, Xbox Live. If you just, again, search BTG Inferno, you can send questions there. And then we have a Discord coming up. It's kind of slow going on that. I'm gonna need your help with that, I think, Irish. So we'll have to sit down and do that, and then we'll get a Patreon together too. We'll be doing some bonus content for the Patreon supporters. We'll do a couple episodes like the Monday Minute and stuff like that free, so that everybody can kind of get an idea of what that's going to be looking like. But we will have bonus content coming out as well for anybody that wants to support us through Patreon. And that will be coming here as soon as possible. If you follow me on one of those social platforms or you follow Irish, you guys will be the first to know when that happens. So as for this stream, I appreciate you showing up, Irish. I appreciate everybody else being here. And was there anything else you wanted to address?
That'd be it, man. I think we good for the day.
All right, cool. Well, again, guys, this is Broken Controllers episode 2. We appreciate you guys showing up and giving us the support. Share the stream, tweet it out, whatever you got to do to get us the support that we need so that we can continue to do this. And as for now, we'll catch you guys next week. Later.
Have a good